All right, story number four. We are in a year. We're officially in the window of 1 year since the greatest rap battle in hip hop history. Kendrick versus J. Cole and Drake, which quickly turned into Kendrick versus Drake only because J. Cole left Drake on the sideline by himself. Sideline story. 1 second applause. But one of the clearly most quotable lines from this battle was, Baka got a weird case, why is he around? 1 second applause to that. And so, Drake is currently suing UMG over Not Like Us. That's happening. Not Like Us was the song people were anticipating the most at the Super Bowl. That happened. Not Like Us has broken all kinds of records. Has been #1 multiple times. It's all happening. It wasn't included on GNX, which has been running the charts. Fastest album I think it's the first project to 1 million sold this year. I think it's at 2 million overall. Luther's still #1. Squabble Up was #1 at one point in time. TV Off has been way up there in the charts and the rankings, and we still haven't got any videos outside of Squabble Up. Nevertheless, I think all of these different things, and then we just got the Nokia video, which looks like it's trolling the Not Like Us video. So I look at all these things, I'm just like, man, Drake, Aubrey just won't let us forget it. He's out here suing. He's out here remaking his own, he's mocking Not Like Us video. He's just attaching himself to the Kendrick Lamar brand as often as he can at this point in time. It's really the only thing they got going. Not Like Us Nokia and Give Me a Hug. They're two of the best songs on the project. Point is, Not Like Us is a huge global phenomenon. And one of the most quotable lines, again, was, Baka got a weird case. Why is he around? 1 second applause again. Well, Baka's talking. Baka sat down, and here's a clip of him talking about how he felt about that line. Here's what the Twitter post says. Baka Not Nice, Drake's friend and affiliate, talks about how Kendrick put him in the #1 song of a rap beef, Not Like Us. He also reveals he was going to respond to Kendrick, but Drake called him and told him to ignore the noise. He called Kendrick's accusations ridiculous and sends a message to America. Let's see what Baka got to say to America. What you got to say, Baka?
At first, my first initial thing was to respond and respond quickly, very efficiently, and very to the point.
Very directly.
I wonder what that response would have looked like. I can't tell if he's talking about putting out a track or putting out a song, or if he's just putting out a Twitter post or a Insta story written in cursive or whatever fonts they're using over there these days. I kind of wish he had responded because I just find everything about Baka hilarious.
Yeah, and but like it started brewing in me because where I come from, like that shit doesn't happen. Like you can't just call out a man and not have paperwork to back up your talks. Like
you can't call out a man to have paperwork to back up your talks. Now, maybe he's talking about Drake here, but he started this off talking about how when he first heard it, he wanted to leave a statement. Well, Baka does have paperwork. He does. He does have paperwork. 1, 2, all their stuff, all these talking points are always in a vacuum. They're always in a vacuum. Not Like Us came after everything Drake said on Family Matters. It came after that. They look at this particular piece of disgusting crime as more significant than the charges, the non-paperwork based charges that they threw first. They look at the fact that what Dot and them said stuck, and therefore that makes it the worst thing possible. Even though they threw heinous charges at Dot with no paperwork. I don't know, man. Like, I just think they're doing it on purpose at this point in time. I think they're doing it on purpose.
It's ludicrous. And then like to see like a whole nation behind it and celebrating it like it's
See, this is the Friday Ricky Dread right here. Oh, a whole nation behind it. Well, I watched the Olympics, so I would say multiple nations all the nations at the Olympics except for maybe one, but I would also include that one because that song was at the top of their charts too. This is a global thing. It's not just a country. And both of them were from different countries. I feel like they're like Samuel L. Jackson at the Super Bowl. The old culture cheat code. These guys, man.
True story is unbelievable because, you know, everybody has to understand. Like I have a kid. Drake has a kid. You know what I mean? So like making accusations like that are like ridiculous and out of this world. You know what I'm saying? So
I guess maybe they'd be fine if like someone told them that their kid really wasn't theirs. Their kid really wasn't there. Are you sure it's your kid? Are you sure it's your kid, Baka? It might be your homies. The selective outrage in 2025 at this point in time. Pimping narratives that still aren't sticking is crazy.
But like, what I was gonna tell you is this: like, I was building up a lot of anger and stuff like that, but then I got a call, and I don't know why I got this call. It's like God said something to him or something. But the boy, sorry, it might not have been a call. It might have been a text message. But he messaged me, and he's like, "Yo, I know what you're feeling. I know you as an individual, and I know how you get down. But I'm just letting you know, like, don't listen to the noise because it's noise. And if you go back and look at all these people that are saying things or having anything to say, they're not even actual real people. They're like bots.
Exactly.
So like, don't let that shit bother you, bro.
Facts.
Like, and you know what? Like, I mean, it's not a good thing, but they're calling your name. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, 1 second applause. He turned that around there. I mean, the bot thing is real, not necessarily on the streaming or the numbers, but definitely on social media and Twitter. I've clearly made my perspective on all of this known years before the battle even happened. I made How to Beat Drake in a Rap Beef in 2014, 2015, something like that, a long time ago, 26, I don't know. Right, so where I've been positioned has been there for a long time. But I don't run into Kendrick bots. I run into the Drake bots. Now, perhaps, you know, like Hip Hop Unison, shout out to Hip Hop Unison over there. He's a Drake advocate, does a lot of covers a lot of things on Twitter. Perhaps he gets Kendrick bots, you know, which is something I don't even see, right? Or I can't remember my man's name, but the guy who made the op list, maybe they get a different kind of bot. And maybe those are the bots that Baka's talking about. Baka got a weird case. Why is he around?
And at the end of the day, you know, like, they're gonna get over this crap because they're gonna realize there's this crap, and then they're gonna go do their own research. And when you do your own research, you're gonna be like, wow, this guy made up a whole story about something that isn't even true, and it makes you look weird to me. I don't know.
It does.
But
I think he's probably talking about how he's taking things that Kendrick said about Drake, and I don't think he's talking about his own situation, even though in the beginning it sounded like he was going to make a whole post about whatever. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section right there.
I want to say one thing to America, and y'all need to, like, get yourself together because, yo, making accusations on people, serious accusations like that, you need to have paperwork. That is the...
Are you sure your kids are yours, Baka? You sure they're not your homies? Because there's only certain accusations that you seem to think are serious.
The rule, like, number one rule that everybody goes by. So don't switch up. That's all I'm going to say.
But here's Baka right here. Now, on the case front, Baka got a weird case. Why is he around? Here is how Complex reported this last year after the line drop. What was Baka Not Nice charged with? What is the weird case that Kendrick was talking about? In 2014, Baka Not Nice was arrested for allegedly forcing a 22-year-old woman into prostitution. The following year, per the Toronto Sun, he pleaded guilty to assaulting the woman, and failing to comply with the conditions for unrelated firearm charges. The procuring of prostitution and human trafficking charges against him were dropped because the woman refused to testify. According to authorities, the victim got into an argument with Baka when she found him passed out drunk as food burned in the oven. She told him off for falling asleep with food cooking, and he allegedly pushed her to the floor. The woman allegedly worked as an escort and was reportedly in a relationship with him at the time of the incident. Did Baka serve prison time? Baka Not Nice was sentenced to 6 months in prison following his guilty plea, but he avoided further time behind bars because he already spent 10 months in custody following his 2014 arrest. Upon Baka's release in 2015, Drake celebrated the news in a since-deleted Instagram post, "Something in the air today. A lot of good things happening at once, but this one means the most. Been waiting for 11 months, Baka finally home," he wrote. Also, on his Know Yourself track, Drake famously raps, "I might declare the holiday as soon as Baka get back on the road." So I'll read that part again so you guys can understand what happened here. In 2014, Baka Not Nice was arrested for allegedly forcing a 22-year-old woman into prostitution. The following year, per the Toronto Sun, he pleaded guilty to assaulting the woman and failing to comply with conditions for unrelated firearms charges. So that's what he pled guilty for, right? The procuring for prostitution and human trafficking charges against him were dropped because the woman refused to testify. So the other charges were dropped because the woman wouldn't testify, so they didn't have enough evidence. According to authorities, the victim got into an argument with Baka when she found him passed out drunk as food burned in the oven. She told him off for falling asleep with food cooking, and he allegedly pushed her to the floor. The woman allegedly worked as an escort and was reportedly in a relationship with him at the time of the incident. Now, this is how it's being reported here at Complex. He did do time. He pled guilty. The prostitution, human trafficking charges were dropped because the woman refused to testify. Depending on your definition of weird, there's definitely a case. Let me know what you guys think about all this, and let me know what you think about what Baka was saying on the Opinionated Truth podcast. I think that's what this is. Opinionated Truth podcast. Or this post by Opinionated Truth podcast. And this whole idea, again, that Not Like Us othered Canada. You know, the Canadian line in Euphoria is a rebuttal. And I really think that is a conversation, a narrative that's being pushed. Because the entire world really embraced that song. Friday, Ricky Drake was talking about how he felt like it was the most divisive song. And he since dropped a video taking that back. He said he had a conversation with his cousin, and he realized that it's not divisive at all. And so he's changed his position on that as well. Perhaps more people will as time goes by. Because right now, especially in 2025, a year after all this went down, we're still hanging on to these kind of flaccid talking points. And the boy is suing UMG over the lyrics. Let me know what you think about all this in the comment section. My name is Justin Hunt. Like and subscribe to the channel. Follow the Company Man on everything. Follow the Justin Hunt podcast where you listen to podcasts. It's all happening.
Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. The mathematical breakdown of this mighty game of rap we in. It's boom bapping. Systematical culture views us radical, it's all happening. Shaking hands and dapping it. Life through the lens of hip hop, from trip hop to yes, yes, y'all. You don't stop, you don't stop. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening,